Joe Burrow is back. Hi again, everyone, and welcome in to Cincinnati Bengals Talk. I'm James Rapien of allbengals.com. Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and, well, this is exactly why you should always keep those notifications on when I say ring the bell, because Joe Burrow is back. He is practicing. He walked out to the practice field with plenty of media members looking on, taking video. Hopefully you've seen video, whether we posted it at allbengals.com. I posted it on our social media channels, but Burrow is back. Now, what does that mean? What did he do? Well, let's dive into it, because we're in the in-season portion of practice, which means media really spends about a half hour at practice. You get to see who's there and who's not. And I'm not going to get into the practice squad element of this, but no Bengals players got claimed, so that's a good sign. And well, Will Grier was here today because they signed him to the practice squad. That said, this is about Joe Burrow. And for the first time since July 27th, Joe Burrow practiced. Joe Burrow was out there. He was going through all of the individual drills. And so let's look and really decipher what we've seen from Joe Burrow, or what we saw on the practice field. And he's still on the practice field, by the way. We're just, not allowed to observe. So we're not sure exactly how much more he will do, but he went through all of the individual stuff. He didn't have a calf sleeve or anything on that strained right calf. He's been out since July 27th, and this was sort of always the plan. I had hinted at it about as strongly as I could that this was the target. After that final preseason game, you have those final cuts. You have a couple practices here where you can get Burrow out here, maybe shake off a little rust. He can throw. He can practice with the team. Maybe he doesn't even do some of the team drills and things like that. Maybe he does, and we will be in the locker room afterwards trying to decipher how much Burrow does today. But he is back, and he looks sharp. And it's, when I say individual drills, you're throwing to coaches, members of the staff, as the entire team gets loose. There's a special teams period on one field. The wide receivers are going through their drills, working on their hands and different routes and different things like that with wide receivers coach Troy Walters. And the quarterbacks essentially get loosened up and go through their normal throwing routine. And this throwing routine that Burrow went through was just like any other routine that he went through pre-calf injury. So that's where I'll start, is I think he looked exactly how you would expect him to look. Confident, came out with Will Grier, obviously quarterback number 2, Jake Browning. And, I think that this is about as good of news as you could have asked for at this stage with the regular season in a week and a half, because he's out there clearly confident enough to be out there without any kind of sleeve or protection on that calf. And I think, honestly, everything he did today so far that we were able to see, I think he's done it for weeks. And that's the part of it that's tough. I know for a fact he's been throwing regularly, so it's not like it's an arm strength thing or an accuracy thing. Even when I said the rust part, I think that the rust part is not really there, or it's not going to be there much. And a big reason is because he's been throwing regularly. And it might not be in team drills or at practice where media was, but I know he's been working really, really hard behind the scenes. So this is huge, huge news as far as the Bengals are concerned. Obviously, when you have Joe Burrow, it just changes everything. And so we're going to have team reaction to this. Hopefully we can track down, the Jamar Chases, the Ted Karrases, the locker room leaders, and talk to them about what it means for Burrow. I know Burrow isn't going to talk today. That's all right, because he's back. And to me, looking really, really good. Now, we'll continue to keep you updated. We'll see if he practices again tomorrow. I think that's the interesting part of this. He's out here. He's going to be out here for, a 90-minute session, 2-hour session, whatever it is, wearing shoulder pads maybe for the first time in over a month, wearing a helmet. Who knows? Maybe he was throwing in a helmet, maybe not, but wearing a helmet for the first time in quite a while in front of media. So how does the calf react? I think that's a big storyline moving forward. But outside of that, there's really not much else to be concerned about, because I think the Bengals, they took every precaution. And I know a lot of people with calf strains, or have had calf strains, or like we had Dr. Brandon Bowers on when this injury initially happened. And the risk of re-injury is pretty high. And there's a point where you have a calf strain where you feel really, really good. I think that point for Burrow isn't today. I think that was weeks ago. And they gave him extra weeks, not days, weeks to heal. Handled this right. That's why Zach Taylor was so tight to the vest when it came to Burrow's status. He didn't want to put a timeline on it just in case, but everything went the way they had planned. And really early on, they planned and targeted this window these couple days before game week to get him back out here. And obviously not only is he out here, he looks normal. If you didn't know he was dealing with a calf injury for the past month, you wouldn't think anything of it. So really, really good news there. As far as the contract situation, I don't think it's time to panic. I think if things were going really, really bad, I'm not sure he would be out here. I wouldn't worry too much about that. I think it's going to get done. And if that does become an issue, I will certainly cover it. But as of right now, I don't think it's an issue. I think it's a non-story at this point. Not that it shouldn't be covered, but there's just no reason to really speculate if Burrow's doing his job and isn't panicked. The Bengals are out here and don't seem panicked about it. I think they're going to get it done. Everyone knows how valuable Joe Burrow is to this franchise, and he is back. So smile, hit that like button, share this video and any Cincinnati Bengals Talk video. Just send the channel out to a Bengals fan. Let's continue to grow here in a big, big way, because the regular season is quickly approaching, and we're going to have you covered all year long right here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk. If you're looking for more on Burrow, more on the practice squad, which I will react to, it hasn't been finalized yet as I record this. Check out allbengals.com. I will discuss that in a later video, but today it's all about Joe Burrow. So for our channel coordinator, Andrew Fox Miller, I'm James Rapien, signing off for now on CBT, Cincinnati Bengals Talk.